bird of prey. 5. El Karuga. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, January, March 25th, 2024. March 25th, 2024. There is no great day that was today, so we will take today to be congratulations to Birdo Prey 5, to me, to Karoga, to the channel as a whole on hitting 5,000 subscribers. Yes, it's actually sometime yesterday, but by early this morning, we were actually to 5,100 subscribers. And Mamo Prey just heard the good news. Yeah. 5,000 subscribers. Now, to be honest, it's not as enthusiastic of 5,000 as it would have been a few months ago. To be fair, this was before I had known that YouTube provided their promotions, quote, service, where if you pay YouTube an amount each month, or on you don't have to do it on a monthly basis. You can do it on a daily basis. You can do it on an hourly basis. You can dedicate, certain number of dollars per channel, per video, and YouTube will do its best to get you more subscribers based on those videos and how much money you can pay them. And you wonder if YouTube could get me more subscribers, why isn't YouTube doing this from the get-go? Like, why do I have to pay them extra to get more subscribers? Isn't their whole point to maximize my subscribers so that I get more subscribers, they get more viewers? It's a win for me, it's a win for them, and it's a win, I assume, for the whales. But no, YouTube has decided that their algorithm doesn't really benefit me, although it clearly could if I paid them to. Like, what? I get it. I get it that if I don't pay them, then they don't benefit me. So sure, I want to pay them so I get the benefit. But if I really think about it, at the end of the day, why do I want to pay them for them to do what they should have been doing all along? I don't know. I really just don't know. But I do see John Araki, a great friend of the channel, with a 99-cent Super Poop Super Sticker. Thank you so much, John Araki. Let's throw it in the mix. What do we got? What is it? It's
indications
Eyebrow Dax. Eyebrow Dax. Thank you. Thank you, John Araki. Let's throw it through one more time. It's a fake. And we get, it's a fake. It's a fake. Gorilla, thanks. Congratulates on 5K. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate it. LDG at Free the Net gives a wave. Welcome, LDG. John Meyer says, congrats, Bird. Thank you, John Meyer. Miss Lindell's Groovy Movie says, Kapla. Kapla, Miss Lindell. Captain Phantom Nerd says, hello. Thank you, Captain. Jedi Bill says, Kapla Bird. Congrats on 5K subs. Thank you, Jedi Bill. A man who has passed by and exceeded my 5,000 subscribers. Big congrats to you, Bill. I'm not sure where you're at now, but I'm sure it's ahead of me. You passed me when I had 2,000 subscribers, to be fair. I looked like I was just, I looked like I was stopped and you just went zooming past. Richie Poole with a bunch of alpacas. Richie Poole. Dr. Scotty with a $5 super chat says, congrats, Bird. Well deserved. Thank you so much, Dr. Scotty. I appreciate it. But like I say, not as fully, it just doesn't feel like I should. Antiderivative Jill with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Antiderivative Jill. Says, congrats on 5K. You're an incredible storyteller who knows how to bring us together for a fun time. Thank you for sharing your philosophies and humor. Oh, thank you so much, Antiderivative Jill. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your love of Star Trek.
Captain's log, stardate 7414.1.
The other
Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
Which many of us are very appreciative of. Looks like I have some shenanigans to read up on in in a couple of minutes as I make my way down in the chat. Sci-Fi Sith Dan says Kapla, Bird 45 Kapla, Sci-Fi Sith Dan. John Araki says, if only Bird would change his name to Bird Fights, then he would have way more subs. I don't think Bird Fights is going to work for me like Nerd Fights is working for a so-called someone previously known as the Anti-Tracker. He changed his name again, yes, Mom. Richie Poole says, hey, who's your new girlfriend? She's hot. We've got to name our, this is yet a new, the Traveler has used his 41 month in a row super chat. Says, we the people need to see that Bird is not an AI. Speaking of the new girlfriend model, if you mean the woman on the thumbnail with the 5,000 on her shirt, that would be a completely AI generated woman who I believe we settled on Minuet 2. Minuet 2 will be her name, since the first Minuet is actually on Star Trek The Next Generation. She'll just be Minuet 2, also kind of Minuet blonde Minuet. Those are all possible. Great names. And JP's with a $10 Canadian super chat says, grats on the 5K. You're getting a con from shout out from William Shatner there, JP's. Grazie on the 5K. Now have a mortadella and a mozza sandwich on me. Thank you so much. I'm not really a fan of mortadella, but I did have in fact, it was a $10 sandwich today, and it was roast beef and mozzarella on a Kaiser roll with heavy on the honey mustard. One of my favorite to go to sandwiches from butchers these days. Not butchers, delis. Yeah, so I celebrated my 5K with a nice deli roast beef and fresh mozzarella with heavy honey mustard. Richie Poole says, #bird fights. No. Hakeem says, Kapla Bird, congrats on the 5K. Thank you, Hakeem. Scotty, R37 says, Kapla, Scotty. Hope you're doing well. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. LDG at #free the net. Waves again. Welcome back, LDG. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Jim's Landscape LLC Commodore Boone Productions says hello. Hello, Jim. I know you've got a new video out this morning, Jim. I hope you put the link in. John Meyer says, it seems like yesterday that we're stuck around 1,300. It seems like yesterday we were stuck around 1,300. Oh, yeah, that was a long one. But longer was 2,300. That took us 4 years, if I recall, 4 years to get from 2,000 to 3,000. It was a serious wall. Words and pictures says Kapla Bird. Good to hear you. Good to be here. Good to have you here. Words and pictures. And with a 41-month Karogan Orphan Super Chat, Rock Solid Productions says, congrats on 5K. You deserve that. And so much more. Thank you, Rock Solid. And obviously, you deserve your tens of thousands of subscribers. You've been growing and growing, and Rock Solid has been one of the people who has been providing advice to me and the channel since the beginning. And there's been quite a bit of it that I've ignored, that I've argued with him, that this is just not for me. And yet, nevertheless, he continues to provide helpful things for the channel. And, some of the things I use, some of them I don't. And I appreciate that he continues to provide help, even if I don't necessarily agree with everything he suggests. It does seem, though, I gotta say, he seems to have the right idea on things. And had I listened to him sooner, maybe things would have been better for me. But in either case, thank you to Rock Solid, who has been a big help in the channel, especially years ago, just getting me in the right position for where I needed to be. Oh, Rock Solid Productions, with an extremely generous $20 super chat. Rox, why are you doing this, Rox? Rox says, I wish I had more, but I'll be able to do so soon when I start the new job. Congrats. I bless you to be fruitful today. Fruitful, not merely accomplished. Fruitful, not merely successful. Oh my God, Rox. I thank you, man. For those who don't know, Rock Solid just today got a new job. Maybe it was yesterday, but basically just today got a new job after having very bad luck and moving to a new company
Captain's
a
log,
few months
Stardate
ago,
7414.1.
and his new job
Our best
then
estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
got removed, and he got, they're like, oh, well, you don't have a job anymore. Nice guy who gave up one promising career to help us. Yeah, goodbye. And that was for the first time in his entire adult life, he found himself without a job, and he was worried, he was scared, and while he did get a new job fairly quickly, it is not as much as he was making before, but it'll do for now. And to be honest, rock solid, you would be someone who would be well within their rights to be angered and upset and not be in the world to give any super chat. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all. I don't expect super chats from anyone, but I certainly didn't expect a super chat from somebody who I know to be in your position. So thank you. I really do. I appreciate any super chat, but I am just flabbergasted that you would still do one even when I know the position you're in. So thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. I hope I'm not making, well, I hope you don't feel that I'm making too much of it, because I don't want to. I'm not trying to do that. I want you to know I know what it means. Yvette puts in congratulations. Thank you, Yvette. Words and Pictures says 5,000 people decided they like you. That's lovely. You know what? I didn't think of it like that. Thank you. Schwario says, Bird Play 5 Kapla Bird. Congrats on 5K. Hope you and the other Oprays are doing well today. Thank you, Schwario. And he says hello to the chat. LDG puts in a rant. He wants a rant. We'll see. The Traveler with a $5 super chat says this super chat is really for $200. Don't be fooled by your eyes. YouTube is lying to you. The Traveler, I accept this $200 super chat. It is, as they say, the thought that counts. So thank you, The Traveler, who wanted to give $200, but due to YouTube's shady financing, making it look like a mere $5. It's fine. By the way, apparently I put up a poll before I started the stream, and I wrote, do you prefer if I'm on camera? And we are currently with 30 votes. And I clearly was not expecting an overwhelming majority of 77% have voted yes, they do prefer I'm on camera. A mere 23% said no, they do not have a preference. Now, had I thought about this longer, I might have offered yes, no, and don't care. So, unfortunately, as it's written, it's either yes or no. So, all right. And the travelers get kissing Dax. The traveler gets kissing Dax for the $200 super chat. That's really just $5. Thank you, the traveler. And what was that, Mama Frey? I know if I'd asked you, Mama Frey, you would have said, of course, they want to see you on camera.
And I would have been.
And you would have been correct. Yes. That's true. Well, I guess, unfortunately, there's no way to see who actually voted in the poll, but suffice to say, most of you guys are really nice people. And even the ones who voted no are still nice people, because you didn't say you're an ugly bastard with a face for radio. You just said, no, I don't prefer it. Who knows what that really means? Anyway, we will end the poll with that. 77 to 23. Mama Bray says hello to everyone. She's now going to sit down and rest. Oh, and put the heat on, because that's what keeping it too cold. I'm keeping it too cold in the house. Okay. She's happy her chair heats up. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, do 5,000 people like Berto Prey 5 or kissing Dax? I'm quite certain that 5,000 people love kissing Dax. Roxanne says, do not pay for subscribers. Rox, I'm going to try not to, but once you get the taste of paying for subscribers, it's just so much easier. It's so much easier than earning them. Yeah. Mama Bray is just makes YouTube promote it more. It's true. So it's like, it's not that they have to subscribe. It's just YouTube puts your video out more, so you get more subscribers, presumably, just by people seeing you more. I mean, it's not that YouTube actually has bots that they use to subscribe to people's channels. I mean, if they did, then that would be a tremendous problem. I mean, it would be a problem for the people who paying money to get advertising, but I believe it would also be it would also probably be illegal, being that they're a company, and they're it would be, well, let's just say, I think they'd have problems both for the stock value and for the legality of selling something that they claim to be organic. Mike Richards is Poo Tube Shenanigans. Jedi Bill says, hey, Bird, I'm only 142 subs away from 5K and not paying for YouTube any of my money. Oh, there you go, Jedi Bill. Congratulations. 142 subs away from 5K and not paying YouTube any of his money. So, congrats. Words and Pictures says, Repole, I'd like to see you from time to time. It doesn't have to be very extreme or at all, whatever you feel comfortable with. Oh, thank you, Words and Pictures. So, just at least from time to time. No, I was on video last week, so I'll try to get on video again soon. Not today, but soon. Maybe Friday. We'll see how I feel. Swario says, I hate when my ear gets stopped up. It really makes it difficult to sleep and listening to music on my headphones. My ear is finally open now. Awesome. Swario. JP says, congrats to Bird on the 5K. Thank you, JPs. The Traveler says, greeting birds, turds, and salty turds. I don't think salty turds is a thing anymore. And he says, I meant nerds. Greetings, birds, turds, and nerds. Shrario says, Vertebrae 5, bird fights is not you. Vertebrae 5 is better. Thank you. Hakeem says, does AI have a gender? It might have an agenda, but I don't think it has a gender. Cinnabon Bunny says, hello, congrats on the 5K. Thank you, Cinnabon Bunny. Kronos is in the house. Says, Kapla, bird, oh, Karoga. Birds and bunnies. Yes, Kronos, the old story of the birds and the bees. Those are wrong. The story was about the birds and the bunnies. Shrario says, Bird of Prey 5, I suggest your girlfriend's name such be Dax O'Prey. Dax O'Prey, okay. I could see that, although she doesn't have any spots. The Traveler says, I think the real Bird of Prey 5 went into cryo freezing and we just have an AI running the show now. Shrario says, Khan! Kronos says, hey to the Traveler. Don Power Ranger says, hello, Bird of Prey 5 and all. Hope everyone's weekend was well, despite ongoing situations that left fans of both Power Rangers and Star Wars beyond divided. Kronos says, lots of mozzarella. JP says, deli roast beef is always great. Well, not always. If it's cut too thick, I can't eat it. It needs to be very thinly cut, as finely cut as one can imagine, and then it's like almost like liquidy goo. It melts in your mouth, and it's delicious. It's too thick. It's like, no. It's a big mistake if it's thick. Jedi Bill says, hey to brother warrior Kronos. Kronos says, oh, baby. And hey, brother warrior. Jedi Bill says, hey to Don Power Ranger, who also says hello. To Bill, how was your weekend? And then everything jumps to the end. Okay. Let's go back to where we were. Kronos says Jedi is Flash Gordon. Hakeem says hey to Jedi Bill and to Kronos. Kronos says hey to Hakeem. And Interpretive Jill says hey to Scotty. Actually, she just is confused that Scotty's here. Kronos says Hawkmen die. Oh, I don't know what that is. And Editor Jill says, hey to Kronos. Kronos says, Scotty Doo is here. He was earlier, Scotty. He was earlier, Kronos. I don't know if he's still here. And Jim's Landscape says, hey to Kronos. Dr. Scotty says, hello, Kronos. How's it going? No, how's it hanging? Scott Lee says, so how much did Bird spend on subs? It is a good question. Kronos says hey to Jim. Jim says hi to Scotty. Jim says hi to Jill. Kronos says hi. Dr. Scotty says to Jim, hello. And Schwario says, I agree. No, there's obviously a lot of stuff I missed. Okay, let's skip ahead in the chat. Remember, at BertoPray5 if you want me to read the chat. Stan Lee says, the algorithm doesn't let channels grow organically, and not easily. Schwario says, hey to Kronos. And Kronos says, what's growing and growing and growing? I don't want to know. Gorilla says, should have named her Anna Lee. Should have named her Anna Lee. I feel like there was a joke. Don Power Ranger says hello to Dr. Scotty. And Jim Suario says hey to Dr. Scotty. And hey to Doc. Kronos says hey to Gorilla. And Rox says, what's a Kronos? Schwario says hey. What day is today? Asks Kronos. Dr. Scotty says, hey to you, Schwario. Happy Monday. Kronos says, yesterday's Berto 5. Roxana says, Berto, I was sent the offer Friday. I accepted today. Awesome, rock solid. Schwario says, congrats on the new job to Rox. Rox says, I believe the phrase you're looking for is, I got fucked. Well, I wanted to be a little nicer. Captain MKG says, congratulations, Bird. Thank you, Captain MKG. Hope you're doing well. Kronos says, I thought we were all orphaned minors. Rock Solid says, Vertebrae 5, I cannot ask for others to do for me if I'm not willing to do for others. You deserve it. This is the time to celebrate all things Vertebrae 5 before Clono Prey takes over. Yeah, I have that feeling. I'm looking at him. He looks at me. He knows my time is numbered. My time is numbered. He's ready to come in, take over. Clean. Not just me, by the way. All of us, quote unquote, older people, 40 years and older, hell, 30 years and older. We're old. We're old compared to him and his generation. And they know it. They know we're fucked. They're not happy with the way we left the planet. Now, even if we don't think we left the planet in a bad situation for them, well, guess what? They're going to grow up being taught we did. So it really doesn't matter what we think we did or we didn't. It's too late. We already lost that. We already lost that battle. They're already going to come up being taught we fucked up. Kronos is Vertebrae 5. I hope you feel Garfield O'Prey. You hope I feel Garfield O'Prey? Captain MKG says, hey to Kronos. Kronos says, Yvette is here. Pickles is here. Are they in subspace? Kronos says, I break every mirror I look into. Go figure. Just because the mirror breaks, I don't think it's because you're looking into it, Kronos. I think it maybe just breaks because of the temperature change. That's why I hate glass. Temperature changes. Glasses, especially low quality glass, tends to shatter as the temperature changes. And ever since that time as a child, I was quote unquote working in the florist shop in Arizona, and taking one of the owners. My uncle was a co-owner, but he wasn't there that day. The non-blood relative, actually not relative, the family friend, I guess, owner of the shop was there, and he took a vase out of a refrigerator, and it shattered in his hand, and it nicked an artery, and he was squirting blood, and it was, I mean, for a whatever I was, 10-year-old Bert O'Prey, it was a scary event, but I managed to call an ambulance, and he was okay in the end. But yeah, that was I've always hated glass since I saw that, and like literally, I have a fear of glass now, and you're like, well, it's really not an issue, is it? Well, it was an issue because I ended up at a wedding for Sis O'Prey's. Sis O'Prey had a good friend that she had made while she was at SUNY Buffalo, New York the State University of New York in Buffalo, and her first roommate was this woman, and she was getting married, to the guy that she had been dating ever since they were in college together. In fact, I think before college they had even been dating. Point is, it was like a very long time they had been dating, and so I was invited to the wedding as well, and the wedding was for upstate New York. It was a very fancy wedding, but but compared to a New York City wedding, it wasn't the fanciest wedding we've been to. But what they had done was made their own centerpieces, and their centerpieces were the cheapest, I don't want to say cheap, but it was cheap, inexpensive glass fish bowl, like an old school glass fish bowl that you would see in cartoons, like the fish bowl that the goldfish has in American Dad, that type of fish bowl. And then they made a floating candle, and it had some colorful stones in the bottom for the water, and then there was water, and then there was the candle that floated. But what do you think is the problem? Well, the problem is that in almost every case, the water, you've got cheap fish bowl made out of the thinnest glass you could imagine. You've got a candle burning hot, and it's on relatively crappy tables, so none of it is perfectly flat. So in almost every case, the candle floats to one edge of the fishbowl, and so the candle is heating up the glass right above where the water stops, and not staying in the center of the fishbowl. So I knew the moment I walked into that room that we were going to have a problem. And I was trying to put out the candles so as to prevent the problem. But apparently, my sister thought I was being a loon, and said, "No, just let it be. Don't do anything stupid." And I'm like, "But I'm an engineer. I can see there's a problem. Let me fix it now before there's a..." No, it would be some big mistake to let me put out the fucking candle. So they're fine. And I don't blame me when these things start shattering, and poor kid loses an eye. Anyway, well, you know what happened? They started shattering. Like 2 hours in, honestly, I was surprised because I was freaked the fuck out the entire effing time. Just as we were getting ready to leave, it was like 2 hours. maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes. I don't know. All of a sudden I hear, poof, poof. And two of them went off at almost the exact same time. Now, luckily, they didn't shatter. They just kind of collapsed in place. So I guess it wasn't really the cheap glass, that they at least had the glass that, if it shatters, it doesn't kill people. But people didn't understand what was happening, but I knew. I knew right away what was happening. So then it wasn't so bad for me to shut off the candles. But of course, at that point, I wasn't going to go to everybody's and put out the candle because they were all ready to blow. So at that point, I just had to yell, "Turn out the candle!" We chose not to tell the happy couple what happened because they weren't in the room. They weren't in the room when the candles started failing. I think they probably would have liked to know, but I was overruled. Kronos says, "Does Mama Bray have a tail?" Oh, pray no, Kronos, but you just got a bird tail. Kronos says, "I break every mirror I look into." I don't believe it. Kronos says, "I'm an evil person that has a face for radio." Of course you are. So the poll closed. Yes, 76% prefer if I'm on camera. No, 23% do not. Out of a total of 30 votes. Don Power Ranger says, excuse me. Don Ranger Power. This whole time, I've been saying it the wrong way. Don Ranger Power says, "Hello, Dr. Scotty. How was your weekend?" And hello to Kronos. Jim's Landscape LLC says hi to LDG and hi to Don. Kronos says, "I'm rewatching DS9. Awesome. Getting near the end." Don says hello to Jim. How was your weekend? And hello to Kronos. Kronos yells, "Esri." Yes, near the end. Jim's Landscape says, "Please check out Test Alien video." The Test Alien video from Jim's Landscape LLC. Stanley says, "Isn't it the same as paying for women?" I don't know what that was from, but I'll say no, it's not the same. Kronos says, "Hey to fandom." Stanley says, "Does it make you feel dirty?" Does what make me feel dirty? Kronos says, "Is it bear time?" Don says, "Hello to Captain. How was your weekend?" Mike Richards says, "Kronos, you again." Stanley says, "Kronos, you just missed bong time." Bong time. Don says, "Speaking of Power Rangers, here's my what if vid." Okay. Kronos says, "Hey to Mike Richards." Don says, "I'm watching more than one YouTube live stream as well. Well, that's okay. Hakeem says you can also buy a channel that already has subs. I guess so. Stanley says, sounds like those trans women trying to sell something they claim is organic. Chrono says, oh, first beer of the day. Pros. Rockstar says, the face for radio line is my gimmick. Berto Bray, son of a bitch. Come on, Rox. I've heard that since before I've ever been on YouTube. Carlo Albanese says, hi, hope everyone is as well as can be. Plus, if you have a face for radio, then why do you put your face on every single video thumbnail you make? And you know that ever since you've been putting your face on your videos, you've been getting more and more views. So your face sells. It's scientific fact. It is scientific fact. People want to see your face. So you, of all people, do not have a face for radio. Chrono says, Rox has a better face than I do. You know why, Kronos? Because I've never seen your face. It might be possible. It might be true. Famous Bearer, Kapla Famous Bearer, says Vertebrae 5, hello. Yes, live streams always, except when making out with Terry Farrell. Kronos says, hey to Famous. Carlo Albanese says, hail Caroga. Hail to Carlo Albanese. Kronos says, wow, Bird is slow. Keep typing. The Traveler says, type ghost if you want to see Mama Prey on screen with a bed sheet over her head.
What?
No, the Traveler. He said type ghost if you want Mama Prey on screen with a bed sheet over her head. Chronos says rock solid. Sure, why not? Because rock solid asked Chronos mentally. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello to rock solid. Chronos' bird need his food cut for him. Well, sometimes. Rockstar says, hey to Captain. Chronos says, Bill is no Jedi. Ooh. Famous Bear says, hey to Chronos. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Vertebrae 5 does not like his meat thick. No, that's true. I don't. Chronos says, tee-hee. I need more beer, says Chronos. Do they even make beer in Caroga? Sure they do. Raquel is in the house. Raquel says, hello and congrats on hitting 5,000 subs. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you so much. Chronos says, hey to Raquel. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello to Antiderivative Jill. Darth Maul says, wow, 5K. Indeed. Thank you. I was surprised myself. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello to Scotty. Chronos says, it hangs well. How's it hanging, Chronos? It hangs well. Don Ranger Power says, I don't blame those who are done with Star Wars and Power Rangers for good because of George Lucas and Austin St. John. But I always relive the pre-Disney era of the former, and all eras of the latter. However, my number one entertainment franchise is Super Sentai. Bruno says the beer is kicking in. Carlo Albanese says cheater. Rockstar says I grow my channel organically. I know you do. Chrono says Karogans are cheaters. That's not true. Carlo Albanese says, hail Karogan. Hail Karogan. Chrono says water is wet, sky is up, and Karogans are cheaters. Wow. Chronos. Et tu, Chronos? Captain Phantom Nerds is rock solid. I am considering cheating to grow my channel. Well, if it's what you want to do. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is Bird of Prey. Anna, I to shorten it. It still doesn't sound right. Gorilla. Jim's Landscape says, I'm still here and listening. Awesome. Carlo Albanese says, Dear Bob, thanks for your advice. You're welcome. We'll be back to Dear Bob a little bit later. Jim's Landscape says, hey, Captain Nerd and Gorilla. Chrono says, what? The nose knows. I don't feel old, says Kronos. Darth Maul says, so do the orphans get free one? Do the orphans get set free once Clone of Prey takes the reins? That'll have to be something he needs to decide. But I suspect they will not be set free. They'd probably be worked twice as hard. Kronos says, hey to Maul. I think he means Maul. Darth Maul. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey 5 is a millennial. Fake news. Fake news, Rocks. 1978. I'm not a millennial on any scale. Crow says, I was thinking Gen X. That's what I am. I'm not that Gen X is all that good of a generation, to be fair. But we're just better than millennials. Chrono says feed. Captain Phantom Nerd says Commodore hello to Jim's Landscape. Chrono says, wow, Bird, you really need glasses. Probably. Don Ranger Power says, hey to Chronos, how was your weekend? And Don says, hashtag like what you like, Bird. That's all it takes. Chronos says, Don, uneventful. How was yours? Forza Jersey says, Kapla. Kapla, Forza Jersey. Chronos says, hey to Forza. Forza says, congrats on 5,000 subs. Chronos says, WTF. Jim says, we're all fracked. Chronos says, I would like to see BSG again. Darth Maul says, IKEA has a glass case called Detloff. Purchased it to hold my Eagle Moss ships. 3 years after purchase, I awaken to exploding glass in the other room. It's find out it's common for a side to do such. Wow. Don says, mine was amazing. Thank you, Chronos. Chronos says, you couldn't pay me enough to go to another wedding. Amazing is good. A cartoon wedding. Did I have a stroke? I need another beer. Walking on broken glass. Chronos, I think you do need another beer. 54.5 Access Radio says upstate New York equal hillbillies. To be honest, it kind of does. Chronos says, hey to 54. Chronos says, I'm a redneck. This city sucks. 54.5 Access Radio says hello to Chronos. Darth Maul says, when I went to lose the glass case anyway, no hammer nor rock would shatter the glass to get the sheets to fit more completely. When I went to toss the glass case away, no hammer or rock would shatter the glass to get the sheets to fit more completely. I don't know. I feel like I'm a story behind, but we're reading different books, and I'm a chapter behind. Darth Maul says, yeah, exactly what he said before. Chronos says, Central New York isn't the city. Yeehaw is bird ranting. Not at the moment. Jim says, oh my. Chronos is Bird of Prey 5. You shall not have this day. Thank you, Chronos. Chronos says, Jim's Landscape says, Don, I feel editing for my fan film and have 2 more new actors. Okay. Chronos says, I took a shower the other day. I'm not stinky. Oh, wait. Son of a bitch. My face is pure evil, says Chronos. Professor Brainy Specs says 5,000 inconceivable. Yeah, well, it's legit, Professor. Check it out. You can see it. The woman's shirt does not lie. I mean, granted, she's a completely fictitious woman. She doesn't exist. She is a creation of AI, but she looks real enough to me. So we still have to have a discussion one day on the ethics of AI. Chronos says, hey to Jeff. Darth Maul says, face for radio. And what's that? A chicken for porn. Oh, you mean a male chicken. Or cock. I get you. Chronos, for some reason, says, I like Esri. Chronos says, my chicken can do that. Professor Brainy Specs says hello to Chronos. Chronos says, naughty chicken. And chatters aren't chatty enough, says Chronos. Professor Brainy Specs says, go get chatting, Chronos. He says, that sounds like work. Son of a bitch. Professor Brainy Specs says, only Bird of Prey 5 is a cheater. No, why would you call me a cheater, Professor? You'd make special notice to call me a cheater. Hemorrhoids hurts with a $2.99 super chat says, don't you know what Aussie Opre is? Don't know what Aussie Opre is, but I want it too. Oh, you want Aussie Opre? Hold out. Let me. All right. Oh, and you got Kissing Dax. Hemorrhoids Hurts got the Kissing Dax. Okay. Now we've got to find Aussie Opre. Aussie, you here? Oi! Aussie Opre is here. I was sorry. I was sleeping under the rock. I was protecting myself from the drop bears and the dingoes and the crocs. It's okay, Ozzy. People wanted to see you. Oh, well, you know, I can't go on camera because I'm on the other side of the world, and I'm not dressed for the whatever season of the year. It's, let's see. Springtime just started for us. I guess fall just started for you. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Well, all the leaves are falling, and you got to be careful where you step because lots of spiders and frogs and baby kangaroos. Baby kangaroos. Yeah, baby kangaroos. They're always, you don't want to step on them. They're very messy. Okay. I trust you. I trust you. Let's see. Kronos says yes, very much a cheater. Let's see. Okay. Chrono says, I was getting enthusiastic. Vertify 5, if you took your eye patch off, things would be more clear. Probably true, Chronos. Probably true. Chronos says, what did Bird do? 5,000, I see 5,100 plus. Well, yeah, we got past the 5,000. Can you do Aussie Opre? Yes, Chronos. Yes. Chronos says Galron was a dink. Skynet is a chick. Ask Chronos. Makes sense. Chronos says he better. Chronos says Kurogans are cheaters. Duh. Chronos says, oh, look, gay gals. He saw the kissing Dax. 47 Yorktown says hashtag say no to Aussie Opre. And he's got three kangaroos. Deej Odyssey says nothing wrong with lesbians, Chronos. Hemorrhoids Hurt says yes. Make love the Dax. Make love the Dax way. Chronos says lol. Professor Brainy Specs says the only Kurogan that is a cheater is Birdo Prey 5. See, I don't like to use, don't make me use the booth. Don't make me use the agony booth, Professor. You wouldn't want to see me use the agony booth. Kronos says, and right here we go. Hemorrhoids Earth says, ha ha ha. Ah, let me give you an Aussie lesson. Lol. Captain Phantom Nerd says, say no to Aussie O'Prey. Pop Culture Curator says, congratulations, Bird O'Prey 5. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator. Hope you are doing well. Hope, I was listening to your stream the other night. I know you got your hand on a certain type of substance that is more legal and less legal in certain states, and I hope it's helping with your severe pain. Hemorrhoids Hurt says, I don't know what accent is bird, but I love it. Boy, it's my Aussie accent. It's also me New Zealand accent as well, and also I use this accent for Ireland and sometimes for Russia, Mother Russia. It's my all-purpose accent. Professor Brandy Specs is my poor ears. Cronos says, is it an authentic accent? Yeah, it's very authentic. Hemorrhoids Hurt says, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. I need a Foster's. Oh, yeah, Foster's. It's Australian for beer. Kronos says, Bruce. Bob Culture Curator says hello to Kronos. Kronos says, Bruce O'Prey. Captain Phantom Nerd says, hey to Deej. Philip Gaming says, congrats on 5,000 subs. Thank you, Philip Gaming. Congrats on a upfront killing in your latest movie. Perfect, great scene in your latest movie. Speaking part. Congrats. Our friend Philip Gaming is legit in an independent film, but a legit film in theaters. And there's no way you would miss him if you knew what he looked like. He gets killed before the opening credits. Kronos says nothing makes sense in Karoga. Kronos says, I just call them gay gals. Yeah, it's called kissing Dax. Hemorrhoids Hurts says, bloody Apple autocorrect stuffed my Dax comment. D says, I'm going to have to agree with Professor this time and say the 5K came from cheating. I already talked about that, Deej, and I agree. Pop says hello to Philip Gaming. And Chrono says Enterprise rock. Philip Gaming says hey to Pop Culture Curator. Chrono says cheating. You finally saw it. Don Ranger Power says hello to Deej and Phil. Philip says the infamous DJ / Farmer Deej. Deej says hey to Don and to Phil. Philip says go Don. Where are we? Chrono says, Deej, did you call that survive? And Deej says, yes, it did. JP says, when one vacuums the apartment, he should not find another cat in the vacuum cleaner, in the vacuum container. Oh my God. No, I would guess not. Kronos is too lazy to vacuum. JP says, Bird, it's time to bonk some seals. No, JPs, you Canadians and your seal bonking. Rock Solid says, Kronos, you suck constantly. Kronos lowes. Rock Solid says, Vertebrae 5 doesn't realize the correct response to Ozzy is oi, oi, oi. To Ozzy is oi, oi, oi. Well, you're right, I did not. Kronos says, baby seals have it rough. Canada sucks. Is bird catching up? Tight mofos. Rock Solid says, so what I'm hearing, Philip Gaming has a skill for dying on screen. But does he go to Stovacor? Well, that's between him and his Klingon god, his Klingon soul. Bruno says, if I didn't say hey to anyone, my bad. Captain Phantom Nerd says, watch Philip Gaming get shot. And a link to the movie on Tubi. You can watch the whole movie on Tubi TV or watch the first 5 minutes and you'll get to see Philip get shot in the head. Kronos says, Jeeps are evil. And what's a deed? Philip says, thanks for the shout out, Bird. You're always welcome, Philip. Deed says, Bird making up words for calf now. Kronos says, could be a myth. Philip says, thanks to Captain Phantom Nerd. Moo medium rare, says Kronos. Philip says, I'm in the first scene of the film of the Shepherd Code. That's it, the Shepherd Code. If all you're going to check is just for me. Yeah, if you go to watch it, the first person to get shot in the head is Philip. You can't miss it. It's only a couple of minutes into the start of the movie. Philip says Vulcans don't go to Klingon hell. Deej puts in some clubs and a seal. 2 clubs and 2 seals. Rockstar says, Philip, you were a changeling. Chrono says, I have issues. Hemorrhoids Hurts with another $2.99 super chat. Says, I have to go to work, but retire in 18 months. Karoga, 5,000. Congrats, 5,000.
Indications negative at this time.
Thank you so much, Hemorrhoid Hurts. Congrats. You retire. Is that 18 minutes or 18 months? Either way, congrats and thank you so much. JP's is Moon River. Why does that remind me of a song? Moon River is a song. JP's. Moon River is a song. Kronos needs more beer. Okay. Now I got through the chat. Let's head on over to our web check. We've got LDG. We do a check. LDG is at 50.5 thousand subscribers. Pretty sure same as where he was yesterday. And we can check where I am. Bird, so pray. 50.1 K subscribers. So not 55, 5.1 K subscribers. So, and here is our cutie on the front. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Lots of attractive women. This lady, she was our first AI model for Bed Life AI Model Day 1 week ago. And today we got our second AI model for our 5K stream. Okay. March 25th is International Waffle Day, which unfortunately I think was probably the best, and really not a whole lot of other great things for today. Bed In for Peace Day. The Bed In protest is a peaceful yet powerful way to protest for a cause. So you just lay in bed all day to protest for peace. Dante Day. Dante Alighieri was one of the most incredible minds in literature that deserves a celebration, if you say so. Greek Independence Day. Holy Monday. Learn how to observe Holy Monday and honor Jesus Christ's life and his sacrifice. And then we have International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade. A day that is way too long and way too twisted to ever be correctly remembered. And then to add insult to irony, that is the phrase, but I don't know what it really has to do. To add insult to injury, maybe. That is clearly not the profile of a victim of the transatlantic slave trade. That is clearly a white person profile with chains around their arms, pretending, to be a slave of some sort. A terrible choice to use in this random graphic. Somebody just typed in slave and accepted it as the graphic for today. This one, I don't know, let's say maybe, but I don't even know if I trust that these are actually the bound hands of an actual African. And then there's this, which is International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Members. So the United Nations decided to take today, it's the day for their missing. And Addie goes places. My friend, insult to injury. Thank you, Stan Lee. Insult, Addie goes places with a $5 super chat. Says, I used to be a slave to bad YouTube streams, but then Bird freed me. Thank you, Bird. You're most welcome, and Mama Pray wishes you a happy birthday. A belated happy birthday as well. She did tell me the other day in the morning, she says, it's your friend Addie's birthday today? And I said, yes, Mama Pray. And I said, but I explained to her, you had already let me know by sending the email that my forum sent you on your birthday. So you knew if you didn't remind me, I probably would have forgotten. So. It's the International Day of the Unborn Child. Enough said. It's March full moon. Get ready to see the magic of the full moon materialize before your eyes. And apparently, because it's a full moon, we're going to have flooding risk here in New York. They were already scaring Mama Pray by warning about flooding risk.
Captain's log, stardate 7414.1. Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
What, Mama Pray?
Better not flood.
Right. Yeah. It's National Medal of Honor Day, where we celebrate people who won our highest award. National Michelle Schaefer Half Moon Cookie Day. I don't know what that is. National Amazing You Day. Not amazing you, amazing you. Here's what you can do when you have an amazing and fun day that's all about you. So you think they mistyped it or what? Old New Year's Day. Really? This used to be New Year's? I don't know. Seward's Day. Journey back in time with us as we discover the origins of Seward's Day, as in Seward's Folly, as in Alaska. Struggle for Human Rights Day. Let's walk down Osvadoslav Street and remember the struggle for freedoms on this day. Is this a Slavic holiday? Is this a day in Eastern Europe? Is this a day possibly celebrated in Slovakia? I don't know. It's Tolkien Reading Day. Tolkien. No. And World Retrospective Day. Learn how to look back and plan forward at the same time with these smart tidbits. No, don't think we're going to read into it. None of these days seem at all interesting. Kronos is Karoganese. Hemorrhoids Hurts is good to see you, Bird and chat. Always a pleasure. 18 months, but I wish it was minutes. So you're 18 months to retirement. Well, you know what? That's still not that far. Kronos says, are having subs that important to you? No, not really. Not really. Certainly not anymore. As long as it's enough that I can stream and that we can have memberships and super chats. That's all I need now. That's all I need. Deej is says buying subs, shaking his head. JP says, yes, they're attractive, but they have clothes on. Well, shh, we know there's ways around that. It appears we have a delivery. It appears that way. Seem to have walked away. Kronos' clothes are attractive. JP says blue waffle. Addie says Kronos, Fletch was a great movie. Writer Albert Lehner says Kronos, nah, it made me cringe, lol. The rest of the movie made me laugh. Kapla writer Albert Lehner. Good to see you. Addie goes places, says Kronos 2, Fletch 2 wasn't even that bad. Kronos is Fletch 2, not so much. Deej says, I wish I had some waffles, blueberry ones, not the JP's kind. Addie says, I didn't hate Fletch 2. Kronos says, Gunny was in Fletch 2. Stanley says, way ahead of them. What are you protesting? Addie goes places, says, did you see the Fletch remake they did a few years ago? It was awful. Kronos' demos were the slavers. Writer Albert Lanier says Fletch 2 sucked. Terrible movie. And Stan Lee says it was add insult to injury. Thank you. Kronos says he's a Mamo Prey slave. Deej says the pick is actually orphans in the Karogan mines. Kronos says, what are they mining again? Uranium. Rock Solid says, Bird 5, many Irish were slaves. Well, it's not really Irish in the transatlantic. slave trade. I know they came across the Atlantic, but you know that's not what they're talking about. Stan Lee says, Kronos, mind your own business. Writer Albert Lanier says, Addie, I hadn't heard of that. Then again, I stopped reviewing movies over a decade ago, so I don't keep up with a lot of the entertainment news. Kronos is more Scottish than Irish, and mining sounds like work. Addie says, oh, Lionel Prey remembered, but my good friend Joe forgot. I didn't forget. I didn't have time to forget. The first thing I woke up to was your Discord message with a screenshot of the JUOT email. Bruno says, who is Joe? But he knows my real name. It's Joe. JP says, I think I was 245 when I last saw my missing staff member. Chrono says, yes, cheers. Addie says to writer Albert Lanier, the Fletch remake had John Hamm, who I normally like, but it was still awful. Chrono says, I have a very sexy moon. JP's says, oh, I'll show you a full moon. Writer Albert Lanier says, to quote Shakespeare, the Ides of March. Chrono says, Mama Prey would like to see my full moon. No, I'm pretty sure she does not. I'm not going to read that one. Who knows? Stanley says, when is it Call of Duty Day? That's a good question. JP says, I was shot in the buttocks. I think that was Forrest Gump. Writer Albert Lanier says, good actor. John Hamm, good actor, not the right choice for Fletch. Kronos is shot in the butt. That's not right. Hey, Albert. JP says that quote, no, that's quite right. That's quite all right. Kronos says, hey to Addie. JP says they would rather wait for the train to arrive. Addie says, Kronos, we've been talking for 10 minutes, and now you just say hey. Kronos says, I miss the old days, I'm slow. Addie says, who do you think would have been good to reprise the role? Kronos says, multitasking can take a toll. Scotty R37 is back and confesses Fletch was great. Kronos says, Kurogans don't wear clothes. Of course we wear clothes, sometimes. Stanley preferred Fletch. Okay, you know what? We're going to go to Dear Bop because, yeah. Let's head over to Dear Bop and okay. Dear Bop, I tried to join Jehovah's Witness, but they turned me down. What did I do wrong? Signed, Harry Krishna. I'm guessing you got turned down. You probably didn't agree to their sorry, I needed to take a drink. You didn't agree to whatever they required from you. I don't know if it's monetary contribution or you just have to promise to go to church or give up something, but I would guess I don't know. Yeah, Harry Krishna, I don't know who that is. If that's a real person, if that's supposed to mean something, then it's lost on me. It's lost on me. Okay. Dear Bob, is it gay? Is it gay? That's never a great start. Is it gay to use AI to nudify your own picture to see what women would see if they nudify a photo of you? So you are a guy and you want to put a clothed photo of yourself into an AI to see what the AI would make you look like if a woman used it to make a naked photo of you. Well, there's two things I can tell you. One, women don't do that. I can assure you that women do not put pictures of guys, clothed guys, through AIs to see what they might look like naked. Because, and I'm pretty sure of this, women already get pictures of guys as they look naked, and they don't need AI because guys just send those pictures all the fucking time. And two, that's not to say that they don't have a way to do it, but it is the people using it are going to be gay. So is it gay for you to use it on yourself? I think that the jury is out on that. But I think there's plenty of people out there who would use it. So that's something wrong, Mama Pray? Oh, she's on the phone. She's on the phone. Okay. Yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna have to go with 60-40. 60-40.
Yeah.
JP says he didn't wear the special underwear. Jehovah's Witnesses don't have special underwear. Those are Mormons. JP's is, I don't know, either the underpant gnome stole his. Stanley says, no, I mean, is it gay to pleasure yourself? No. Hakeem says, it's gay to use, is it gay? Cronos says, gay is happy. Stanley says, but what you do while looking at a full-length mirror. Now I'm undecided. Cronos says, until the alphabet Peeps took the word over. JP says, lo, Hakeem, unless you say no homo first. Stanley says, they mostly just have to ask, and most guys will happily provide a photo. You see, yeah. And in fact, even if they don't ask, in fact, if you just provide an email address or a phone number to text, guys just generally send those pictures anyway. DJS, who do we know that uses AI all the time? Chrono says, I can't ballet.
Yeah.
Dear Bob, who wins in the Jake versus Mike fight? I think they both win. Mike gets to push his shitty supplements, and Jake makes bank on the fight. What are your thoughts? This is Mike Tyson versus Jake something. And they're fighting in Dallas in April. There's debate as to whether it's even going to be a professional boxing match or not. Apparently, it's going to be shown on Netflix as a pay-per-view, like pay-per-view used to be in the olden days. Now it's on Netflix, though. I assume it's going to be at extra cost. I don't know. I don't care. When it comes down to it, I don't care. I think they're old. They're both way out of their age, and you know, I think it's probably a bad thing for boxing as a whole. But that said, I don't really care. They're both adults. They want to have fun. They want to make money. Go ahead. I'm not going to worry about it. I got other things to worry about. Dear Bob, a meme to celebrate your achievement. It's clean, unlike Kronos's balls. There are 5,000 subscribers. Thank you. Made by Anonymous. Less than an hour ago. Dear Bob, I feel so lacking in energy these days. Do you think that the urine therapy I'm undertaking is not a good idea? I only drink about a quart a day of my own urine. So I thought it would be beneficial. LDG. That is disgusting. Obviously stupid also. It's not. That is not worthy of retort. I don't know if retort is even a word, but whatever it is or it isn't, it is not worthy of. Stanley says, Deej, you're going to need a long lens. Stanley says, Herb Tyson is guaranteed 20 million. Cronin says, maybe $1 billion. I could sell out for that. Andy Garcia says, they're raiding the P. Duffy house in LA and Miami. Is that something they're doing right now? Chrono says, I would need a lifetime supply of beer and $1 billion. Jedi Bill says, hey to Deej. Stan Lee says, who's P. Duffy? Yeah, I don't know who P. Duffy is either. I assume they're like a famous musician. Deej says, you mean P. Diddy? At least I've heard of P. Diddy. I still don't know who exactly P. Diddy is. Yvette says, Yoda slug. Crow says, there are 3 lights. Andy Garcia then says P. Duffy, but says spell check. Yvette says, Deej, that's so not true. Chrono says 4. Andy Garcia then says P. Diddy. Chrono says, I missed the word quantum. Quantum, says Yvette. Chrono says, Netflix, here nor there, yet somewhere. Words and Pictures says, quality of energy proportional in magnitude to the frequency of the radiation it represents. The juice is loose, says Kronos. Yeah, Puffy, not Duffy. Words and are you trying to turn me on? Words, are you trying to turn me on? Oh, oh boy, Yvette. You're turning Yvette on. Anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to get going. Kapla all. And bird out.